it was just a lot of table saw repetition. So now I can get to the assembly stage, and first I'm going to assemble the extension wing that will go into the saw. This larger piece will make up the actual wing of the table saw. Now I need to make a frame to go below it. And for all these frame pieces, like I said, this plywood isn't the greatest. There's a bunch of voids, so I want to position everything so that the side with the most voids in this orientation is up, because what we're going to do is make this frame and then attach it to this board from the underside, which is the top. This is all upside down. I've just marked what side is in the up direction, and now I can take both of these off. Put this one back in place and glue the top down to it.
Finish him.
That went well, except for the fact that I guess I got used to the other plywood, which is really close to 3/4 of an inch. You know, not all plywood is the nominal measurement. So 1/2 inch plywood is a 32nd of an inch less than 1/2 inch, 3/4 a 32nd of an inch less than 3/4 of an inch, here in the United States anyway. So this is 3/4 inch plywood, and the total measurement in this direction is a standard table saw, which is 27 inches front to back. And that's what this board is. It is 27 inches. So 27 inches minus 3/4 of an inch minus 3/4 of an inch is 25.5. I cut all of these pieces at 25.5, and I'm a full, it looks like a full 1/8 of an inch short in one direction. That's okay. When I go to bolt this to the rails on the table saw, this side will be perfect, no problem. But this side I'll probably have to use a washer or two in between this piece and the rail on the saw. Not a big deal, but I guess I got a little bit used to that other plywood that I never have to do that for. So the extension wing is done. Now I can take the old one out and install this one. Here's the first test fit. I had to cut out a little notch on this side and then one on the center over there. But I think everything should fit. Shouldn't have any discrepancies. All right, that's good. Now I can just, I'm gonna hold it in place with clamps while I mark all of the bolt holes, and I'll have to take it off, drill the holes, and bolt it back in place. I've got the wing clamped in place where it should be, and at this point, all I'm worried about is getting the appropriate holes drilled, or the holes drilled in the appropriate spot, I should say. Because it's going to be a lot easier to manage now without the router lift installed than if I was to try and do all this with that heavy lift down below. So once I get these holes drilled, I'm not going to install the wing. Instead, I'll take the wing out once more to install the lift into the wing. Before I can mount the router lift to the wing, I need to cut out the hole for the insert plate. In order to cut the hole for the insert plate, I need a couple things. Number one, the insert plate itself, so I know the exact size. And then number two,